Hi, this is John Rosenhead, the Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post, Parshas Eikev, is going to look at the dialectical existence of our Torah life, of Torah and mitzvahs. And this reality is that it's holding two different existence at the same time to try to find a fine balance between the Eretz Yisrael existence, the Eretz Yisrael reality, and the Midbar reality, the life in the desert. And this is what is depicted and presented in this week's Parsha. That we are told that when we go into Eretz Yisrael and we keep the Torah mitzvahs, we will be rewarded with an abundance of blessing, of prosperity, of possession, of health. It's almost an unlimited list of blessing. But there's a pitfall to this, that if we live in this existence and we receive this bracha, and we start to see that perhaps it's because of the effort that we put in, that we plant and we work the land and we work the soil and we see that the produce grows, and we start to think that this is a reality, an existence of koichi v'otzim yadi, that is because of our own effort that we are actually the masters of our own existence, and therefore we forget the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And from a psychological perspective, although we see mastery as being an important objective, that self-agency is an important goal to strive for, we don't want to forget and create a disconnect in a relationship. We don't want to be solely focused on our own part in a relationship to the detriment of the holistic view of the relationship. We forget that there is somebody else in the relationship, and that somebody else is the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore we are told to remember our time in the Midbar, the time when we were fully dependent on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that through HaKadosh Baruch Hu's word we were sustained, that the man came down, and that this is what we were able to eat. That instead of us putting in the effort and striving and working the land, we were fully dependent, and in a sense this was a parasitical lifestyle. And we need to understand that obviously we don't want to live a life that is fully dependent on another person. This is of being overly dependent. That is unhealthy, it's psychologically unhealthy. And that's why we are presented with this dialectical view of the life in Eretz Yisrael and also the life in the Midbar, to hold these two existences at the same time, concurrently, which creates a holistic picture of a healthy existence, a healthy relationship that keeps a connection with the Kadosh Baruch Hu and an appreciation for Kadosh Baruch Hu in being the source of our blessing and our bracha, but also being able to understand that we have a certain level of mastery and ownership and responsibility for our own life as well, in the way that we are able to strive and try to forward our existence and to develop our existence and our life based on the bracha and the connection with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. But at the same time, we can understand that Hashem has given us a certain level of free will, that the Bechira Chofshes allows us to choose how to hold this dialectical existence, to what extent we may be swayed to a dichotomous view, to only be focused on ourselves, or to only be dependent on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Both of these sides are unhealthy. We want to create a dialectical existence, and in a sense we want to create a closed loop circuit, which has a sensor which is able to detect the different parts in this circuit and whether they are functioning the way that they are supposed to. So there's the part of which is the Bnei Yisrael, which is our ownership and responsibility. And there is also the part of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And within this closed loop, it detects the level of connection of one to the other, the level of connection of the Bnei Yisrael to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And in a sense, there is this sensor is to detect the level that we are keeping the Torah and mitzvahs, the level that we are appreciating our relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And through this closed loop, it creates a balance, it creates a homeostasis of effort and striving and hishtadlus from our part, but also a connection with the Kadosh Baruch Hu and a receiving of bracha and blessing from a Kadosh Baruch Hu. And this is the healthy state of existence. This is the dialectical state of our existence, which creates this healthy, functioning, closed-loop circuit between the Bnei Yisrael and the Kadosh Baruch Hu. I wish you a good Shabbos and keep well.